What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Sunday, November 28th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 3-game slate tonight. So let's take a look at the point guard position. I like Marcus Smart from the Boston Celtics playing the Toronto Raptors, who have a good defense overall, and they've been good versus opposing point guards, but Marcus Smart has averaged 28.8 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 35 minutes per game, with a 16% usage rate. He's projected at 27.8 fantasy points here tonight. That's 4.9 times value. I think he can score 30 fantasy points or more in this one and get you over 5 times value. He's $5,700 DraftKings salary, $300 more on FanDuel. And Marcus Smart has scored 37, 43, and 20 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 32, 36, and 27 minutes. So I like Marcus Smart here versus the Toronto Raptors. Okay, let's take a look at the shooting guard position. I like Tyrese Haliburton from the Sacramento Kings playing the Memphis Grizzlies, who have the absolute worst defense overall. They give up the 3rd most fantasy points to opposing shooting guards. Tyrese Haliburton has averaged 30.5 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 34 minutes per game with a 17% usage rate. He's projected at 31.3 fantasy points here tonight, but I think he can score 35 fantasy points or more, get you 5 times value or more. He's $6,700 DraftKings salary, $400 less on FanDuel, and Tyrese Haliburton has scored 51, 28, and 20 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 47, 32, and 33 minutes. So I like Tyrese Haliburton, who scored 37 fantasy points in his last game versus the Grizzlies, here versus the Memphis Grizzlies. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the small forward position. I like Scotty Barnes from the Toronto Raptors playing the Boston Celtics, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall. They're middle-of-the-pack defending opposing small forwards. Scotty Barnes has averaged 32.8 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 35 minutes per game with a 20% usage rate. He's projected at 32.4 fantasy points here tonight. That's 4.9 times value. He's $6,600 DraftKings salary, $100 more on FanDuel, and Scotty Barnes has scored 37, 32, and 39 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 35, 39, and 28 minutes. So I like Scotty Barnes, who has scored 34 and 46 fantasy points in his last 2 games versus the Celtics. Okay, let's take a look at the power forward position. I like Jerami Grant from the Detroit Pistons playing the LA Lakers, who have the 4th worst defense overall. They give up the 8th most fantasy points to opposing power forwards. Jerami Grant has averaged 33 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 33 minutes per game with a 26% usage rate. He's projected at 33.4 fantasy points here tonight. That's 4.7 times value. He's 7,100 DraftKings salary, 1,000 more on FanDuel. And Jerami Grant has scored 39, 24, and 41 fantasy points in his last 3 games, playing 33, 28, and 34 minutes. Now, I think Jerami Grant can score 40 fantasy points or more in this one, and I like this pick because in his last 2 games versus the Lakers, he scored 50 and 53 fantasy points. So this is a great matchup here. It's got a lot of upside in this one. So I like Jerami Grant here versus the LA Lakers. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, moving on to the center position. I got a value play for you. I like Precious Achiuwa from the Toronto Raptors playing the Boston Celtics, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall. They're middle-of-the-pack defending opposing centers. Precious Achiuwa has averaged 23.1 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 25 minutes per game with an 18% usage rate. He's projected at 24.5 fantasy points here tonight, and that's 5.8 times value. He's 4,200 DraftKings salary, 1,000 more on FanDuel, and he has scored 20, 29, and 27 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 33, 27, and 26 minutes. So his minutes have been trending up for the past 3 games. I think he's a great value play on DraftKings. So I like Precious Achiuwa, who scored 26 and 40 fantasy points in his last 2 games here versus the Boston Celtics. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.